What's going on, guys? Joel Robinson here, and we are back with part 3 of my 4th of July 2022 Firework Show Preparations. In this part, my main goal is to take this mess and make it look organized. I decided I'm going to start with my ground effects. So this is position 1, and it has 10 effects, 3 flames, 3 long gerbs, 2 instant gerbs, and 2 strobes. I think all the other positions are either 9, 10, or 11 effects, so they're all very similar. So I have these 1x1 pieces of plywood I ripped down from last year. I also have these boards that were on top of some cases of fireworks from, I think, last year as well. So I think this configuration in front of me should be okay. I have a bunch of liquid nails, so that's what I normally do. Someone online mentioned using just hot glue, which is not a bad idea because their argument was it's easier to get the pieces off of the boards. So you can see like there's residue here from my liquid nails from last year. Now, I'm still going to use this board from last year. However, their argument was hot glue holds, and then of course it's easier to clean up. All right, 1 position down. 4 more to go. This guy should dry. If he doesn't, I'll come back and resecure him. So this year I'm using 49 ground effects. Last year I used 35, so I'm using a lot more this year. My show is a little bit longer in duration, and part of the reason I'm using more ground effects is because I don't have all those comets to do comet chases, which is what I prefer to do. So instead I'm using some of these instant gerbs, which they don't give nearly as an impactful segment as the comets would do, but it's just I have them and it's something instead of nothing. So that's one reason I have more ground effects. Number 2, my music selection this year, I'm using much more theatrical music. So in years past, normally I start with like a really fast song. The middle of my show, I might slow it down into a slow song and then end with a bang, right? This year, a lot of the music starts slow in and of itself and then has high points because it's, again, way more theatrical, a lot more beats and whatnot. So because of that, I'm using more flames, I'm using more gerbs and more strobes. And what that's going to allow me to do is A, prolong my show without breaking my budget, and then number 2, having those low ground effects takes you, the audience, on more of an emotional ride. You're kind of like, what's going to happen next? Wow, that last part was insane. Additionally, with low ground effects, it allows time for the smoke in the sky to clear. So there's actually a ton of benefit to going through these highs and lows and using flames and gerbs and stuff and kind of mixing up the effects. All of the ground effect boards are now done. So I'm going to set these aside, get them out of the way, let them harden. I also forgot to show this on camera. That 21-shot lollipop I ripped down into shots of 7 and created some slice cakes. So this is position 4, it's just 2 of them. Tape these together, these will get staked individually. And then because I didn't use these larger boards, I have a bunch of 200-gram cakes, especially at 2 positions. I might actually use these to secure the 200-gram cakes too and use liquid nails as well. And then these came with those cases, so I'll just toss them out at the end of the show. There you have it. The notary slides right on. I don't actually have to take these off because in this specific one to the left, I only have 3 other shots. So these holders can just stay there. I'll plug in the extra 3 shots here. When I get to the middle, because I have a lot of stuff in the middle, I'll have to take a couple of those off. Done. So I have 3 of the Take Me to Your Leaders from Winda, which are 2-stage Girandolas, which is awesome. So to actually fire these things, you're supposed to take them out of the box. For transporting onto site, I'm going to obviously leave them in the box, but what I want to do is you'll see this green fuse here. I need them to go faster than this green fuse. So you'll see it's taped to a piece of pink fuse, which goes to all of the motors. So I have some quick match. I'm going to insert the green fuse and probably some of that pink fuse into the quick match here. And then I'll be able to put my electric match on the end of the quick match so that way it goes faster. I'm going to do inspections on all the Girandolas. So that way, if there was a broken part, that could cause integrity issues with the frame and cause it not to fly correctly. So where I'm using them in my show, there's actually a section. It says something like rise up, and then shortly thereafter it says something about stand taller. And so they're supposed to hit on the first beat like rise up, you know, they're rising up. And I can't recall if it's the second stage of the Girandola that hits on stand tall or if it's the burst. Either way, I'm perfectly happy if either one of those comes close. As long as the initial beat gets hit, I don't really care about the rest. But I was like, you know what? There's a chance that the second stage of the Girandola and or the burst will actually hit that stand tall, which would be kind of cool because these go high in the sky. Got 2 of the front positions wired up. Did those Girandolas. Separate all the rest of the effects for the other 3 positions. I'll have to finish those up tomorrow. And then we'll go ahead and put match in our sliced cakes over here, and then we got to do our shell racks, but otherwise we're looking pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in part 4.